Gabi Squad. Yes, I am back once again. Anyways, today or in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys a story. Yes, it's story time. Okay, so if you're ready, let's get started. Anyways, before we get into this story time, if you're here and you haven't subscribed, please click on that red space that states subscribe, and then you're one of the squad. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the squad, and please do consider subscribing. So let's get right into this video. Alright beauty, so this is a continuation of the story I told you guys some time ago. I know it's not on this channel, it's on Delia's Empire. Okay, so if you would like to see that, I will advise you to go over to Delia's Empire to go watch that, or I might put the link in the description bar so you can watch it. Okay, so this is the continuation, or what led to the most, or one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. Yes guys, you heard that. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so a lot of you guys, like a lot of, okay, not on the Black and White family, on Delia's Empire, a lot of my supporters on Delia's Empire said I should talk about what led to the most embarrassing moment in my life. So that's what I'll be saying today. Okay, open your ears wide and listen. Okay, all right, so excuse my goofiness. Yeah, I can be extra sometimes, but so it happened like this. Then when I would say when I was younger, and then I was in my SS2, I guess, towards the end of my SS1 to SS2, I guess. Okay, so it was that period. So I had this neighbor of mine who I would say he liked me then. Okay, so and mind you, then I was attending Deeper Life Church. Okay, so when I was with my uncle during my secondary school, of course I attended Deeper Life Church for 5 years or 4 years plus. Okay, so you know, they are very, very strict, and considering the fact that my uncle was also strict. Okay, so we are not that we are not allowed to leave the compound. We are allowed to leave the compound, but to an extent, and you must not stay out that long and all of that. And your girl was becoming of age. Like I was, you know, I would say this guy had a crush on me, and we started talking and all that. The guy was working then, and I believe he talked about me at his place of work with other workers or something like that. So I got to know all this later on. Okay, so just listen. Okay, be patient. Okay, so I believe he did talked about me with his other workers and all that, something like that. So so this particular guy, I almost called his name. Anyway, so it came to a time that I started receiving night call. Guys, if you remember then when Glow was doing free night call, yes, I don't know if they still do that now, but then, oh my goodness, I think it started. I didn't know on time that Glow was doing a free night call because I was using Glow Line then. Okay, so this particular guy, like as I'm talking to you now, I did not know that guy. I mean, before everything got exposed, I didn't know who this guy was. This guy will call me every night, and then I think, have I started going to lecture? No, sorry, it was not during SS. Okay, fine. The time I mean, when this guy was having a crush on me was during my SS2 years. Now I'm right. So because before I wrote my wife, I left my uncle's place and I was by my mother. You understand? So because the way the whole story is coming back to my head now, I'm kind of okay. I said this just now. So you understand? All right. So before I wrote my wife, like I earlier said, I went to my mother, so I was not staying by my mother, staying with my mother. Okay, so at the time this guy was calling me this midnight call, then I was with my mother. Okay, I was already staying with my mother. All right, so this guy will call and call and call and call, even to the point when I wake up in the morning, I'm tired to go for lectures. When I wake up in the morning, I'm tired to go for lectures because I didn't have a good night's sleep. Like, okay, fine, I know a lot of you will say, why don't you switch off your phone and all that? Right from when I started having phone, I mean when I started using phone, I don't like switching off my phone because I don't know what important call might be coming in. I don't like switching off my phone. Okay, this thing continued for a very long time, and this guy refuses to disclose who he is, you know. So he refused to disclose who he is, and I was like, what is this? The disturbance became too much, that to the point I was like, no, this is no longer funny. Until this very day, I think it was during Christmas, it was Christmas period. So he was like, if I would like to meet him. I was like, okay, wait, hold on. Before then, after we've been talking for a very long time, I think we became fond of each other, something like that, nothing serious. So he was like, okay, let's meet. I was like, okay, cool. So we did made arrangement to meet. So when I met then of course I went, because then I was staying at Ekewon Road and he was at Upper Siloko Road, something like that. Yeah, Upper Siloko Road if you live in Benin. So I went over to Upper Siloko Road and all that, and I met this guy. Okay, I must admit, he was okay. That is it. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. He was cute. Dang, he was damn cute. Okay, so I hope my fears do not hear what I'm saying right now. Oh, all right. So when I met him, I was thrilled. I was like, okay, cool. But being the fact that no matter how then I was trying to explore and all that, I was still that one girl that has self-dignity. Because if you know me, you know I am someone that loves self-dignity. Okay, so, and I would say this guy in question was also someone, I can't really say if he does have same self-dignity and all that, but he respected me for the fact that like, of course I went to, no, we met at somewhere, we met at a bar. Yeah, I think we met at a bar. Yeah, for the first time we met at the bar. Then after which I started going over to his house. Okay, yes, I did. All right. So, but nothing, absolutely nothing. We were just trying to get to know each other. He was, I would say he was, I would say he respected me, or maybe the reason behind the whole thing, or the reason behind how he knew me, was what kept him away from, you know, being dirty or something. So yeah, so we got to know each other to the point I was like, so how did you find me? Because the first day he didn't tell me anything, the second time he didn't tell me anything, you know, after on and on, before he opened up and told me that guy, you remember the first guy that called my neighbor, you know. So they were talking, so they got talking, and he talked about me, and then whether he somehow stole my number from his phone or something. That was how he got my number, and he started calling me midnight call. Okay, midnight call. I was like, okay, because I was scared. I am not someone that gives my number out like that. Like, I don't give my number out like that, even till date. I don't just give my number out like that. I was like, okay. So when I heard that, but before then, before I got to meet this very person, that guy, we weren't that too into each other anymore. Like, we weren't dating. I mean, my neighbor, we weren't dating, but we were just kind of, you know, sometimes when we see, you know, that kind of young thing, you know, high stuffs like that. So of course he does call me, and sometimes he buys me gifts and all of that. So it got to a point that I had to discuss this issue with my girlfriend then. Okay, my childhood friend, she was my best friend then. So I had to, that was the same person I told you guys that I mean, the same girl we went to their place of work, you know, in the previous story where I said the most embarrassing moment in my life. So the same girl. So I had to discuss this guy's issue with her, and she was like, okay, that is somehow. I never knew what happened after then. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened between my friend and this other second guy, the midnight caller. So they started seeing each other. You understand? That led to the fact, that led to why my friend told the midnight caller that I am this, I am that, you know, that almost brought misunderstanding between us, you understand. So that was what led to the most embarrassing moment in my life, you understand, or one of the most embarrassing moment in my life. I don't know, I think this story was just here and there. I hope you guys understand what I am trying to say right here, okay? And I want to quickly say something. So the reason of my story time is not just only to entertain you guys, it's also for you guys to learn one or two things from either my mistakes or what I did right, or you know, I mean, one or two things, just learn, you understand. So that is the reason why I am sharing my story, my life story with you guys, and also to inspire you guys. So another thing, I also want you guys to get to know me better. Yeah, this is basically it for this story time. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you're here and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and if you're here for the first time, welcome, and feel free to join the squad by clicking on that red space that says subscribe. And watch out for the black and white family.